I mean, Indiana, off of a loss against the Lakers. But other than that, they've won 7 of their last 10 games. I think there might be some value on Indiana here. I'm curious where you're going.
Well, I think Miles Turner is a big question mark for that team. They would definitely need to have him out there, especially versus Karl Anthony Towns. So if he's not out there, the Pacers are in big trouble. And regardless, if he is in, I think the Knicks will be really motivated after the big loss that they just had versus Celtics. I think they lost by close to 30 points. Um, eh, the couple games that I've seen them rested playing after losing as an underdog, they've covered both times. One of those times was against the Pacers earlier in the season. They beat them 123-98. This is a team that they know they can beat, a team I think they're better than. The only thing I don't like is OG Anunoby is probably not
Yeah.
going to play in this game. And I think he's a big piece. But it's Knicks or pass for me. And as far as the total, I would agree with the market moving it up. I mean, I'm still not sure it's high enough. You look at Pacers games, for one as a home dog, they're 5-0 to the over. But like I said, you're missing defense with OG and Anobi. Both teams will be. I mean, the Pacers will pace them up, and the Knicks will be okay playing up tempo. So, over or Knicks are the ways to play this game for me.
Yeah, B Daddy, one of our best listeners, he likes over 239.5 in that game as well. Skee Profit, before we get into Detroit playing Chicago, it's $5 Tuesday. What do you have to promote?
Yeah, I have college basketball play. It's my top play of the day, and on my top plays, 3% or higher in college basketball this season, I've won 75%, 15 out of 20. So, if you would like to be involved, you can get it right here at WagerTalk for $5.
There we go. Skee, let's turn our attention to this Detroit Pistons Chicago Bulls game. And look, I think Chicago is done. I mean, are they going to win another game? Of course they are. But this is a team that I actually think is legitimately in the middle of tanking. They're 22-31 on the season. There's no sun that is shining on them. And the Pistons, it feels like they're changing cultures here. They're trying to win. They're 27-26. They're minus 4.5 on the road in this game, coming off of 2 wins in a row, Charlotte and Philadelphia. I don't want to. I don't want to bet on Chicago. I will very likely will not be betting on Chicago again this year. I'm curious what's your take on Chicago as a whole and on this game specifically.
I agree with your assessment. I mean, they're clearly sellers at the deadline. They even wanted to get rid of Vucevic if they could have.
Yeah.
So they're not really trying to win right now. I agree with that 100%. And I agree with your assessment that the Pistons kind of changing culture a little bit. And I think Cade is the right person to do it with. So
Yeah.
I think it's interesting for one that the Bulls have the rest advantage here. The Bulls are at home, and the Pistons are still a 5-point favorite. I think that's pretty telling of where these teams are, what
Yeah.
direction they're heading in. So I would agree that the Pistons can win this one by margin. But more than that, like I mentioned, it's just the one guy I really trust more than anybody else is Cade Cunningham. I'd pretty much rock with his PRA, anything under 43. So that's the way I'm looking at this. Either Pistons or Cade props over.